What's up, y'all? Welcome to Deep Dive Dialogue. This is episode 4. I'm Cece.
I'm Maya.
And we hope y'all enjoy the video.
I hope y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Let's get into it.
So today's video, we kind of want to be talking about money, how money literally runs the world, and how it's crazy that some people will go to the extent to do something for literally paper.
The links of hell and back
for a fucking paper.
For some money.
For some paper.
Honestly, I feel like it started off with a bunch of greedy ass people. Like, I don't think money starting off was necessarily a bad thing. I think at the time it was just a way to exchange things and like a way to bargain. But I think just the more like as a society that we developed, it's just became like worse and worse and worse. And that's just with anything, like in general. Like when you overdo anything, that's when it blows up. So I don't necessarily have any hate towards money specifically, but I do feel like at this point, especially with how much stuff costs nowadays, it's gotten to a crazy point, you know,
where money doesn't really mean anything. Like working paycheck to paycheck doesn't really mean anything, because what you get as your check, you're spending it all on trying to live, on trying to survive, on trying to literally pay rent, buy your groceries, go to school. So is it worth it? No. And I feel like a lot of us are putting money before our time, before our time spent with family, before our time spent with friends. And at the end, it's never worth it, because you're going to keep going back to, I got time. But time is the thief of everything. Niggas don't really got time.
Right. And that's the crazy thing about it, because it's like, when you get your paycheck, all that, like, okay, say you're working a 40-hour week. You spent 40 hours out of how many ever hours in a week? I'm not good at math, so I'm not going to calculate it. But let's just put that in perspective. Like, you spent 40 hours getting this much money to pay off check this bills for nothing.
And so that's the thing. Like, I feel like, sorry to cut you off, but that's the thing. I feel like we set alarms and we're not even happy to wake up. A lot of but like real shit, like, we set alarms and there don't be joy or intention behind setting those alarms, because niggas don't really want to wake up. Niggas don't want to go work their 9 to 5, and that's because of how currency is set up.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? No. It all started off as like trade. So it's like, okay, I'm trading molasses for like a bag of rice.
Yeah.
And then it turned into people wanting more power. People are more greedy. People want more and more and more and more. And it's
people want to be millionaires.
And it's like, how much do you really need in life? It really be the simplicity part of life that be the most important, be the most meaningful. And I feel like if we were to take living paycheck to paycheck out of the picture, what would life look like? Will we have more time for the things that really matter? Will we have time for, the little things, or would it be worth it?
No, I definitely do get it, because it's like, first of all, like, I don't even think, like we said in one of our last podcasts, I don't even think as humans we're supposed to be working. No, I'm not saying you stay in the bed and you sit on your ass all day. Like, of course you want to be moving, you want to be able, you want to be doing things, but I don't think working just to live should be that, if that makes sense.
And that's the thing, like, a lot of us are working, but we're not really living in our full purpose, because we always thought we had time. I'm gonna do it when I get older. I'm gonna do it after work. I'm gonna do it after school. And we could say this was back in high school, and now it's like niggas are 22, 23, and now they're stuck in this thing called the Matrix. And when you're in it, it's hard to get out of it if you don't have an outlet.
Right. I just feel like, one, nobody would want to be a millionaire if money wasn't so important. Like, nobody would want to be a millionaire if things weren't portrayed in the media to where being a millionaire meant something, or just even being a millionaire to pay your bills. Like, people want to get out and make money just so they can live comfortably. And at the end of the day, rich niggas, people with money are still sad as fuck.
Most of them.
A lot of them.
And that's also the thing. Like, I feel like people fund their lifestyle, and you're not funding your life in other ways that don't have to do with anything with money. So let's look back on 2016. The trends were Vans, Thrasher, stuff that was considered now cheap. But now,
or not like cool
anymore. But now the trends are Balenciaga, Cartier, Amiri. You gotta have the Louis Vuitton, and it's just like nobody's really living like that yet.
Yeah.
At least I'm not.
Right. Especially like young people. And that all ties into like what we talked about before with social media. Like you go on social media, you see people on the trip, you see people with money, you see people with cars, and you think at 19, 20, 21, 22 that you're supposed to have that. And that is where the power of money comes into play too, because we are young. Our age is young. It's not normal for a 20-year-old to have his life figured the fuck out or to be rich. Yes, that is possible. That is very possible. But it's not normal.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And everybody is different. Everybody's pace is different. And if you know that you are setting goals and doing what you're supposed to do, nobody else's journey should like be that important to you.
I'm not saying that money is evil, but money has become the value in which we view like self-worth, success, if we made it or not in life. And ultimately I feel like that shouldn't be the case. Like you don't have to have money to make it in life.
Yeah.
A lot of the most happiest people come from simplicity, not from millionaire. Think of Whitney Houston, who had everything she wanted, but somehow that money wasn't enough. Michael Jackson, that money wasn't enough.
The fame wasn't enough.
The fame wasn't enough. They were still feeling that void, that boringness of, oh, it's like I already have everything. I miss when my life was simple. But they say money bring more money, more problems.
Yes.
And that's so true. More money, more problems. The more money you have, the more stuff that you have to do and the more responsibilities that you have.
And I think people need to like understand like other people's perspectives. Like today when I was at work, I was talking to somebody that I work with, and we was talking about a particular artist and like basically like how sad his songs are. And he was like, you're rich, what are you sad for? And I had to kind of like explain to him. I was like, but just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you don't feel things and don't go through things in life. You feel what I'm saying? But from his perspective, he don't have a whole lot of money. So it's like, because money is so important nowadays, or just in general, he's thinking of it like money equals happiness, money equals peacefulness, money equals I'm straight. But from a rich person's perspective, they know that's not how it is. So it's like, why live your life chasing money and chasing something when you don't even know how much goes with having it? Like,
that's true.
You want to be in somebody else's shoes because you handle being famous, because you handle being rich, because you handle people always in your business, because you handle people calling you all different types of names on social media. You probably fucking couldn't. So it's like, nah, for real though, like you, like motherfuckers be crying over shit people tell you on a daily, because you go on social media and read your comments and it be all hate comments and you go about your life. You probably can't. So it's like, yeah, I get it from your perspective. You're in a certain type of like livelihood to where you don't understand it, but think about it like this: God has you right where he needs you to be, you know?
Exactly. I feel like it's so crazy how the world works. So you have accountants, you have teachers, you have nurses, you have doctors. But is it genuine? Like, would you show up to work if you weren't getting paid?
No.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, money don't mean shit. Like, I love what I do. But so let's cut that check and see if you really gonna show up to work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, is it genuine? Like, could you even say that it's genuine? Because you're getting paid for what you do.
Right.
At the end of the day, regardless of anything that you do.
I feel like time is money. So, like, I feel like you can have a passion. Like, if you want to be a nurse, you can love people, you can want to take care of people,
but balance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you need, you feel what I'm saying? You need money. So it's like I might as well do what I love, plus get the money, and then you're not always gonna want to show up to work.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like you do have the money as well. So I don't know.
It's kind of like, I think the biggest thing in life that you need to have is balance. Because if you're working every single day, you're gonna be unhappy. I promise you're going to be unhappy. But if you work 3 days a week and then 4 days out that week, you travel, you use that money for your own benefit. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's kind of sad how that's how life has to be, because like we said in the last podcast, like I don't think we were supposed to be living like this. People have to wake up, work a 9 to 5, come back home, feed their kids, go to sleep, repeat. Like it's a cycle. I done seen my mom do this all her life.
Same.
All her life. And it's like, as a kid, you're not really thinking of it from like an adult perspective. You're just like, Ma, I don't want you to go to work. But as you get older, it's like everybody doing that.
Yeah.
It don't even matter if you're a rapper, if you're an artist, whatever. Like if you're a YouTuber, like everybody has to work. Everybody has to do what they have to do in this life. And I ultimately think that's because of sin. That's literally like because of sin, we have to work for our labor, like our, you know what I'm trying to say.
What you mean sin? Elaborate on that.
Sin?
Yeah, like what you mean because of sin?
So this is kind of like a biblical reference, because basically, right, in the Bible, if Adam and Eve didn't sin, if Eve didn't bite that apple, or Adam, I can't really think of which one it was. I think it was Eve.
Yeah.
If Eve didn't bite that apple, then sin wouldn't be a thing. And sin is anything that you really feel in your heart is not okay. Like, I feel like you have self-conscious, and so you know when something's wrong. You know when you fucked up. You know? And because of sin, we have to work for our fruits. Which involves labor, which involves getting up every day, doing what you have to do. And, you know, in the Bible it says, like, if you don't work, you shouldn't eat. And I could see that, because it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's your purpose?
Yeah.
What are you doing in this life to add to the table? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I think it's just a balance, because not doing anything is crazy. You get what I'm saying?
But then you have, you know, stay-at-home mothers that it's like, that's a job too.
Yeah.
That's a
job.
job
But no paycheck. No damn paycheck. I mean, hopefully the bills is being paid by the man.
That's what I'm saying. But I really feel like I could really talk about a 9 to 5 because I lived it. And I was really unhappy. It's like, I know there's so much more that I could do. And I feel like I'm stuck here. Like, I don't belong here. I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
And, like, I know a lot of people probably feel that way. And I don't know. Sometimes it's good to take time to reflect, because when you're constantly on the move, you don't have that time to think. Like, back to Amazon, but I don't even want to get into that.
No, but I definitely see you. It's like we're all robots. It's like we're all puppets for real. It's like it's somebody up there just placing us here, playing with us there. And then, like, think about it. Like, this is how I be thinking about it, especially when I be at work. I'm really working for somebody else to make a whole lot of money right now.
And that's the thing. They don't pay. Everything going up, but they don't pay. My gas is $40. I won't even make that in 2 hours. I don't even make that in 2 hours. But I could spend that in 2 hours.
Damn.
You understand what I mean? Like,
yeah, like that shit crazy.
It's kind of like the math don't be mathing. And so that's why I feel like if you're young, even if you're old, go and try to find a career that can make your life easier. That you also love to do as well.
Yeah. But then it's like some people don't want to do anything. But don't think about it though. Like, some people, I'm not going to say they don't want to do anything, but maybe they don't know exactly what they will really want to work for to make money for. Because, like, me personally, I don't want to work hard for money. Of course, I don't have no choice. I'm living in America. KKK. I don't have no choice but to work. But I know for a fact I don't want to have to work 40 hours a fucking week to live. That's not, like, that's something that I don't want to do. So you got to understand that part too.
Yeah, and it's gotten to the point where it's like, where everything is so expensive that when I go out with somebody and, like, say they pay for me, I'm literally looking at them like, bruh, do you got it? Because if you don't got it, like you don't got to pay for me. Like, I promise you, like, shit, we're in a different time. Our parents, it was not like this in their 20s. Like, of course, you know, the minimum wage was cheaper, and, like, so was rent and everything. Everything was a little higher, but it wasn't how it is now.
Yeah.
Like in Arizona used to be 99 cents. That shit is like $2 now.
Candy used to be change. I get a Kit Kat for $1.25. What?
And that's the thing, like, hypothetically speaking, what if this all went away? What if currency all went away? Like, one day we woke up, the dollar didn't mean nothing.
I think the world would probably go crazy.
We're in a recession, bruh. We're in a recession. What happens? Like, that's what I'm saying. People don't got critical thinking skills. Everybody want to be a content creator. Everybody want to... no, like, no hate to the content creators. But, like, do we know life skills? Do we know how to make a fire? But, like, I'm sorry. I'm probably yapping, but I mean... Bro, the world is crazy now. Like, anything could happen. Literally anything could happen.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we've just became separated from things that are merely, like, important to us. Or just important to human life. Like, think about it like Sims. You know when you play Sims, you got all the stuff that you gotta do every day.
Yeah.
You got the hygiene. You got the social. You got the love. What else is on Sims? You got the sex. You got the critical
cognitive thinking.
Like the cognitive thinking. You got the hobbies. So it's like that is what should be important to you. Of course, I can't sit here and be like, don't work. Bitch, you're not finna have no money.
It's like you're just in survival mode.
Yeah, like think about life in itself and who you are as a human. We are humans. We have brains. We were able to speak. We're able to walk. We're able to talk. That every day I wake up, or sometimes when I just be driving, I just be thinking, I be like, thank God that I can talk. Thank God that I have legs. Yeah. Thank God that I have a brain that works pretty well. Thank God that I have a well-functioning body. That should be, you feel what I'm saying? And people get past that because they're so distracted by give me, money, work, social media. I'm trying to flex. I'm trying to make it seem like I got money. Bitch, you need to be happy that you're alive. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this shit has got everybody fucked up. Like,
yeah, and like that's also the thing. Like, I know a lot of, like, I'm gonna say YNs. They're always talking about, like, I'm chasing the money. But when you get the money, what if you realize that everything that you was missing out on when you was chasing the money is really the most important thing?
Right.
You know, so take the time to be grateful and really appreciate what the fuck matters. You spend more time at work than you do at the crib.
That shit crazy.
Which is crazy. And so just reevaluate your life.
Yeah.
Are you eating correctly? Because when you're working a 9 to 5, you're not eating correctly. You're not sleeping for real. Yeah. You're just worried about the money. That money can rip. Nigga. That money can rip.
That money ain't going in the grave with you.
That's what I'm saying. Your health matters. Everything literally how I like to look at it. Obviously money is important. I'm not hating on money. But I feel like if you're not here, if your health isn't here, if your mental health isn't here, money don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah. You gotta prioritize you at the end of the day. And it's hard because that is kind of what we are conditioned to do. Like, school set us up for 9 to 5. So school basically gets us used to like a 9 to 5. So it's like, first of all, school, we gotta do an interview on that. School in itself is just corrupt in general. But like, that's where I talk about where capitalism comes in, because this was a systematically set up for us to get used to getting up early, listening to somebody above. What a manager is basically our teacher. The manager above that is basically our principal. The managers above that is the superintendents, people who own the school. Then you got your co-workers, which is your peers. Then you gotta do school work, which is the work you do at your job. Then you feel what I'm saying? So it's like they was setting us up for that. So it's hard to get out of that mind frame. That's why you have to be like, that's how you have to kind of be able to be a critical thinker, because it's kind of hard to get out of being in that when
Matrix.
Nigga, we've been doing this. I've been in school since I was 5?
Yeah.
It's from 5 to when I was 18.
And so if you ever have like a that's why hobbies are so important, because it can literally turn into a passion.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a passion for anything, literally keep going. Keep going. You never know where that could take you.
Yeah.
But what comes with that is consistency. You can't just do it for a little bit, and then give up, because you didn't even try for real. You tried, but then you stopped.
Right.
So you never really saw the outcome. But, okay, so I got a question. Do you feel like money can make your life... Do you feel like money makes your life better or worse?
I think it depends. Because, like, for somebody that's a bum, like, not trying to be funny, but if you're a bum and you was to win money, that will make your life better. But that depends on what you do with the money.
That's what I'm saying. Could you even keep the money? Probably not.
Exactly.
You probably gonna buy it on weed and...
Exactly. So it's like, when you have the mentality where you don't have money, when you do get money, you don't know what the fuck to do with it, because you've never had money before.
Exactly.
So
go ahead.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends, because if you was to actually be on your P's and Q's and do what you're supposed to do, of course. But half of the time, just because people don't have money, once they get it, it's raps. They don't even know how to handle it. So yeah.
I feel like for me, like, being at rock bottom when I ain't have no money, I ain't have no handouts, it was just me, myself, and I feel like rock bottom taught me stuff that if I had money, it could never teach me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, money makes everything easier. Money brings peace. Money brings like, you're not in survival mode. You feel me? You have a roof over your head. But when you're down bad, I feel like it's like the most critical lessons you learn in your life. So, do I think money can make your life better? Not all the way.
Not necessarily. Especially when you're young. Like, when you're young and you grow up having money, I don't think you can be humbled, unless your parents teach you, like, to be humble. But, like, having nothing, I feel like that's where I learned to be humble and to, like, appreciate everything. Like, literally everything. It don't matter where you're staying. If it's in the trenches, like, at least you have somewhere to stay. Because once you have money, it's hard. Sometimes you forget about where you come from. And you should never forget about where you come from and where you're headed. Right. You should not use money to impress other people.
Let's talk about it.
Like,
because I really do feel like if you have bread, why are you telling me that you have money? You know?
Exactly. Why do you have a stack of cash
in your lap? I feel like the wealthiest people don't do that.
Adam Sandler dressed like a hobo every day. You know how much money that nigga got?
So I feel like, do you, like, when you're chasing money, right? Do you feel like you can lose sight of who you are?
Yes. Like, basically, money becomes you. Money becomes who you are as a person.
Right.
And I feel like, especially with men,
right,
that is, like, if you're a man and you have money, you are put on this pedestal by men and women. I'm not finna exclude women from this.
I feel like women, though, love men with money. So, are you really getting the woman that you need?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.